G'day guys and welcome to the Marco Roams Raw channel. Today we're in southwest Sydney and we're checking out my old stomping ground. We're going to check out the suburbs of Revesby, Padstow and Panania, and we're even going to visit my childhood home. We've got some crazy stories along the way. We're going to go check out some of the local food, see how multiculturalism has sort of shaped the food in this region, and hopefully we meet some interesting characters along the way. Damn, check out this place. What happened here? Jesus. Alright guys, let's go. Hello, how are you my friends?
Good, yeah.
One meat pie, thank you.
One meat
Just
pie.
the normal, yeah.
Yeah.
And some sauce. Is this complimentary or is this, you pay for it? How does that work?
That one is,
Yeah, a little bit. Beautiful. Oh, this one's, yeah, perfect. Thanks, man.
Okay.
How much is that today?
okay, it's
One more sauce, you want more?
Yeah, maybe a little bit
Yeah,
more.
for me not enough.
No.
It's not in sauce.
This one looks like barbecue.
No,
No? It's
Tomato.
very-
Look here.
It's tomato, okay. Okay. I didn't know if you changed it. Yeah, okay. That's the way. Thank you so much. How much is that?
how much this sauce?
440.
Yeah. Anything else?
440?
Yeah, 50 cents enough.
360. it says.
$360, $4.
$4.
$4.
$4. There you go. Thanks so much. You are Vietnamese background?
He is.
You're
not me,
Vietnamese.
yeah.
I'm Vietnamese. See
Cambodia.
Cambodia, yeah. I have been.
You been?
Yeah.
You been Cambodia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Uncle what? Siem Reap?
Yeah.
Phnom Penh?
Been
Yeah.
at all, yeah.
Yeah,
Been
that's
to
good.
Vietnam too?
Vietnam still has lots of banh mi rolls, but
Yeah.
Cambodia, not many.
No.
No.
It's not Cambodia.
But Laos still has a lot.
Is it?
But
You went to Laos?
I went to Laos, yeah, I've been
Oh,
everywhere
okay.
there.
Just a holiday or?
Yeah, just traveling around.
Look like you are a YouTube guy.
Yeah, I made some YouTube videos there.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I'm showing people the history of the bakeries in Australia. Why we
okay.
got so many, because
You give me the name and I
yeah,
put
yeah.
it down. I can
okay.
and I look at. I
Yes,
watch
yes, I give you the name.
It. Yeah. You know, I watched a couple of Vietnamese boy, but oh, sorry,
Oh.
come out, yeah.
When did you move to Australia?
35 years ago.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
There you go.
1989, I'm here. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. I will enjoy this pie. Beautiful. Okay, thank you guys.
Hey.
So there you go guys, that is one of the classic Aussie things we love to do. Getting a meat pie with sauce, and when I was younger I used to just call them the Asian bakery, but now that I'm more worldly, you could say, I know more about history. What happened, a lot of the refugees, because of the Vietnam War, they came over from places like Vietnam, Cambodia, maybe some from Laos, and they started businesses. They didn't know much, but they knew how to make a mean meat pie. They knew how to bake bread. They knew how to make cakes. And that's because the French, when the French colonized it, they taught them. So it's kind of, they were taught by the French, and then they were trained in that, and then come to Australia, and that's how we got the classic Asian bakery right here in Australia. What a place, look at this. Check it out. Communal ping pong tables, or beer pong if you want to risk getting an alcohol fine. I don't know. Some places are really strict in Australia, like no alcohol zones, and you know, it all depends on the police, but usually if you're underage, you're going to have to tip it out. But man, imagine that. Panania. Could start like a game of beer pong here. Could do that, be cheaper than going to the pub. Alright guys, we're going to get into this meat pie and give it a review. I'm sure it'll be perfect. The lady's going to watch, but we're still going to be honest. Love the old classic buildings here. Look at this. So that's a Panania Library Knowledge Centre. They've still got the blonde brick. Like, man, this place would still be exactly the same as what it was back when it was built. I'd say this is 60s, 50s or 60s. Look how retro this is. Man, that pie is scorching hot. So while it cools down, I'll tell you a bit of history Is it history? Well, it's when I was growing up, the kinds of stuff we used to use. So the fibro houses you saw, I grew up in one of those kind of things. And, you know, my parents, we did it tough. My parents did it really tough. Interest rates were through the roof. I think they were up at about 18%. And, yeah, they were working 3 jobs each. I didn't do it tough as a kid. Like, I thought it was great. I didn't know any different. But the things we ate, we got baked beans, put it on toast and melted cheese on top. For dessert, we had things like a bowl of rice with some milk and like some sugar. I loved it as a kid. I wouldn't have it now, but when you have that and that's all you know, it's great. My dad would go get the cheapest sausages from the butcher, chop them up, add some curry powder, do some rice. There you go, curried sausages, amazing. Do 10 batches of that and you have it every day that week. Toasted sandwiches, you know, we lived on kind of things like that because we had to save every dollar we could. I remember my dad would get up early, he'd go work cleaning the local pool, he would go deliver the local newspaper, and then he would go to his job which he worked. And my mum, she was a nurse, she would help with Meals on Wheels with the elderly. So they worked hard, man. They worked very hard. Here we go, the classic Aussie Asian bakery meat pie. Swimming in it. Man, I don't care, like you get an Aussie couple or anyone that opens a bakery here, I will always pick the Vietnamese and the Cambodians over them. Always. Like, you saw that. $4 with sauce. Some of these other mobs that open them, like in my area, I think you're paying up like 7 I would have even seen for a pie. But let's get into this. Very sloppy, very messy. Oh, there we go. We're gonna go eat it over here in case we spill. What about over here with the, no one's gonna steal my phone. It's a nice background. 60s style. All right, let's go. Aussie meat pie. Amazing. I feel like I got sauce all over my face. What do you do? It's actually such a nice chilled area right here in Panania. I didn't know how nice and chilled it was. I remember it sort of being like that as a kid. But the reason we kind of got out of here was, you know, it was a semi-rough place, good people, but it started getting quite violent. So Sydney Southwest now has a lot of, well, drugs are everywhere. I was going to say drugs. We won't even say that, but there is a lot of shootings, gang-related stuff, drive-by shootings, kind of things like that. But man, super chill in this part. I guess this is where sort of a lot of the old people stay around waiting for the bus, watching the day go by. Yep, right here. This is where the old Marco story began. Right here, this spot where I grew up, not the house, that's long gone, maybe 10 years ago it's been knocked down, but I can overlay some images. We had what you call an old fibro cottage. Right here, there'll be probably photos of me I can put up from my first day in kindy with my bag packed up. So many memories here, but yep, this is it. What they've actually done in a lot of these areas. You've got some of the old solid brick houses which are still here, but a lot of these, they're called duplexes in Australia. And what they do is they knock down one of the old houses, usually a fibro shack, sometimes the brick style, knock it down, and from there you get 2 houses. So as a developer, you kind of double your money, you can see. Duplex, 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 and right here, new one going up right there. This is probably going to really show my age, this story, and this is not a bullshit story. I've told people and they don't believe me, but this is true. I'm even going to try to find some evidence and put it up on a screen. But in the late 80s, early 90s, we used to get our milk delivered. And it's not like the new days where you get Woolworths delivery or Coles or whoever. They would deliver it in a fresh milk bottle reusable. They collect them, and I kid you not, it was delivered right here on a horse and carriage. So the man would have a couple of horses, a carriage, and he would walk up here with his horses, go door to door, whoever's ordered the milk, pick up the empties, drop off the new. 2 horses and a carriage in the late 80s, early 90s. People don't believe me. I'm sure I didn't make up the story in my head. I'm sure it happened. I remember coming out and patting the horses. It was very random, but the guy had been doing it for decades, and he just didn't move with the times. He's like, why should I get a car? I've got my horses, I've got my carriage, and he loved it. And yeah, I guess it only stopped because he became much older. Yeah, it's sad when you see like your childhood house knocked down, but it's progression. Like, man, the house was ancient. Be coming up, 80, 90 years old now, and that's what happens. But there was a gum tree out the back, which was planted when I was born, and there was one out the front when my brother was born. My dad planted them, and they were massive. And it's really unfortunate, but the developer, when he's come in, he's taken them down, because one was where he wanted the driveway and one was out the back. So yeah. Well, here it is. This is the exact park I used to play in as a kid, up until the age of maybe 5 or so. I dare say this may even be the exact same equipment. I don't remember them having this. It would have just been grass, but this may be the exact kind of thing right here, the original. Or maybe it's changed, I can't remember. When you think back to a kid and your memory's a bit foggy, but I remember this park was so much bigger. Right here, this is a massive freeway, so it goes all the way to the city, out to the airport, and then all out to Western Sydney. So when we were kids, this was just a massive field. And I remember when they were building this road, my dad actually took us out, me and my brother. We were only very young. We went out on our bikes along here, along the M4 or the M5. I can't remember which one it is, which stands for motorway 4 and 5. And we rode along here. And then one of the site managers was like, "Oi, you guys can't be out there." And then he kicked us out. But yeah, good memories here. When you go back to your childhood spot and you've just got those kind of warm memories. Yep, little Marco would have been right here on the swing. I'll have a little bit of a swing for old time sake. And check this out, see that? Just down here, Bankstown Airport. So it's just all mini aircraft, kind of hobby people, or maybe you're rich that want to go from here to Wollongong or Coffs Harbour or just areas. But yeah, there you go. We used to do this thing as a kid called the Superman, me and my brother, and you used to get as high as you could and just fucking launch yourself. And then would sort of like see who had the record. Obviously him, because he's a year and a half older than me. When that's massive when you're a kid. But yeah, the old Superman, launch ourselves out. Things kids get up to. You got to hurt yourself to learn, don't you, when you're growing up? It's too much protection these days. This is old school. You should see some of the parks over in my new area. Bloody padding, nothing dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, okay.
Good. I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Where would you say the roughest street in the whole of like Panania, Revesby would have been when you were growing up? Like the roughest, which has the most amount of ex-housing commission or whatever.
Okay. So I can't remember the name of it, but it's where the YMCA is.
Yeah, I can look it up. Yeah.
If you looked up there, you'll be able to see. Another one is Iluka Street.
Iluka, yeah. All these houses along here, these are called the classic Fibro Shack. And these became popular in Australia in the 40s, the 50s and the 60s. So basically, post-World War II, there's a lot of shortages, food shortages, money shortages and material shortages. So there was a lot of these homes and they were all built exactly the same. And as you can see, people still live in these, believe it or not, yes. People live in these. And these have not been touched since they were built. Some of them might have, you know, just a little bit of a touch. Maybe some new windows at some stage. Maybe some paneling, but a lot of these are identical to what they would have been when they were built all those years ago. They still stand today. A lot of them were actually housing commission, which in Australia, a housing commission is basically a government home. So you rent it from the government, and they actually brought in a scheme. And they said, well, there was some they wanted to get rid of, which were getting a bit old. They wanted to bring in some brick ones, and they said, you can pay a little bit more on your rent, and eventually you're going to own that. So what my grandparents did, they paid a bit more, and they ended up buying it. And that same house today that they paid maybe $20,000 for back in the day is worth well over $1 million. Well over $1 million, maybe even $1.5 million, because it's on a big block. But it just goes to show property prices in Sydney. Right here is one of the scenes of one of the craziest days in Australian history. Let me paint the picture, and I'm connected to this story in a way. So this is called the Mill Hotel. So it's a pub, bottle shop, drive-through. That's your sign up there, the Mill. However, this used to be called the Viking Hotel. So the year was 1984. So you can imagine, right here they had a bit of a weekend get together. They had food stands, like a barbecue. There was even like a live band on in here. And what it was a swap meet for motorcycle parts. So with that, my dad and his mates, they were in here drinking, having a few beers as you do down at the pub. And all through here, all through the car park, you've got little stands, bike accessories, this and that. So there was two main bikie gangs at the time. You got the Comancheros and the Bandidos. Coincidentally, they're very big rivals, but coincidentally, they both turned up at the same time. So they actually had walkie-talkies, no phones back then. They've radioed through to get backup, and they've all turned up. So they've all come here in the car park. So through here, they've come out with things like baseball bats, chains, even machetes, and it was on. And some guys come out with a shotgun, and as soon as that first shot was fired, they've all come out and it was on. There was people getting shot. It was going crazy. One guy even got his arm hacked off. And then after maybe the big siege happened here, you've got dead bodies everywhere. It was something like 7 people were killed, including a 15-year-old girl that was down here, innocently selling raffle tickets. So my dad and his mates, they've legged it. I remember they ran over here. They ran over here to the petrol station. It wasn't called Metro at the time, but they've had my mum's car, brand new at the time, parked just over here. They've legged it. One of my dad's mates, missus, she actually worked here behind the bar. She was hiding in the toilets here. So by the time they've come out, there was cops everywhere. There was news crews, and yeah, all along here, different parts. I don't know exactly where. I'll drop some photos in, but dead body here, dead body here, dead body here, scattered. We've got 20 people seriously injured, like gunshots to the face. The 15-year-old girl, she was dead. She had a shotgun to the face. She had nothing to do with it. So all along here. So it was, one of the biggest bikie massacres in Australian history, right here, where I'm standing in the Mill. I'm going to say something very controversial. A lot of people are not going to like me saying this, but this is Red Rooster, one of Australia's own. You could kind of say it's Australia's KFC. Obviously not as successful as KFC, but this is another place when we were a kid, because my parents were trying to save so much money. I think it was $2.95. You get a half chicken, chips. So we used to come through here, through the drive-through, and I think it was like a Tuesday or a Thursday night special, and that was our sort of treat for the week. Pretty cheap, but yeah, right here. This is where it all happened. So Red Rooster, it's always had a special place in my heart. I still go there a little bit. Should we get some today? No, we just got that pie down, but yeah, maybe next time. You grubby little junkies. This right here in Australia, what that is, you know, kids would be curious and pick that up. But what it is, they give them to you in the hospital. So they're full of syringes, the little swabs, all that, and it's where the junkies shoot up. So yeah, obviously some junkies are going, oh yeah, you know what? Let's go down to Red Rooster, get a feed and shoot up some fucking heroin in the car park. Right there. Bloody hell. Clean up after yourselves, guys. If you want to do it, but fuck, come on.
Welcome, Travis. What can I get for you?
Hey, how you doing? Do you have like a quarter chicken and chips combo?
Yeah, quarter chicken and chips. Was it large or regular?
Just regular's fine, just with a Pepsi.
Yeah.
Beautiful. How much is that?
Yeah, just check for you. That's $11.75.
Beautiful. Thanks so much.
Strasbourg.
Wow, $11.75. The prices have gone up at Red Rooster. I thought you could get snack boxes for cheap. I should have checked, but there you go, $11.75. So what I was saying before, you can sort of see how inflation have taken over in Australia. $2.95 for a half back in the day with chips. Now, is she? She's probably listening. Apparently those headsets are really sensitive. She's probably like, what's this guy on about? She's probably heard all of it. Australian currency, guys. For the ones of you who haven't seen it, it's we were actually the first country in the world. I'm not joking. You can look it up. We were the first ones to do the little transparent clear window. So it's got a kookaburra on it, and then we ended up doing like half the note. We're just like, yep, let's just put a big clear strip. So now when you go to a lot of other countries, not the United States, but who's got it? Vietnam, Singapore has it now. There was another Asian country, but yeah, it's the way to go, because there's so many people doing counterfeits and all that. You just can't counterfeit that. And they've actually got a lot of people on the notes that we don't connect to as Australia. So they've got the Queen. She's gone, and she's actually going from the $5 note soon. They got like an Aboriginal Indigenous design coming for that. And to be fair, like, I don't know who these people are. Maybe you do. Who is this? Mary Gilmore. Don't know her. Who's this? Oh yeah, Banjo Patterson. Yeah, I know him. See, that's crazy. I've always seen this guy. I didn't even know it was Banjo Patterson. Don't actually know what he did, to be fair. Hey, yeah, thank you. Thanks so much. Man, so many memories here. I remember this being massive when I was a kid. I remember seeing these hills. I remember running up these hills, rolling down them. I remember, like, if someone asked me, I'd say like they were 10 meters. To be fair, I was probably like only this big, but yeah, I remember running through here. I remember there was these big drains. There we go. There's the drain. I'd be at one end and my brother would be down the other, and we would like communicate. We would yell. We'd be like, hello, and it would echo. And then he would be right down here, and then he would hear me. Man, the things you come up with when you're a kid, it's bringing back so many memories. Like all they do these days, I would too. I do as well. You just end up scrolling, you play games, and you forget about being a kid, man. I feel bad for this generation. I think I grew up in such a great time. Man, I could have sworn Red Rooster was in partnership with Coke. I swear. Should have got no sugar, but what do you do? Yeah, I swear they were always Coke. Now Pepsi. I haven't had a Pepsi for so long. actually good. Right, Red Rooster. That's what the label looks like. Let's get into it. So this is what you get for $11.45 in Australia. American conversion on the screen. Oh look, I was crushing that. Okay. So that's your quarter chicken and chips. And a drink, $11.45. Let's get into it. Red Rooster has some of the greatest chips. I've had a lot better than that. There you go. So it's literally just a quarter rotisserie chicken. It's actually got a bit of weight. Man, it's just become windy all of a sudden. All right. Does anyone think like the skin is the best part? You just like want a chicken, it's just all skin. I love it. There you go. A lot of people don't support Old Red Rooster, but man, get out there and have it. If you're on the fence, get yourself the classic strip sub. Man, those things are beautiful. I would have got one today, but I just wanted to go the classic for old times. The reason I actually brought you guys here was because I showed you the other house, knocked down, but this is where I actually spent a lot of my younger years, right up until the age of maybe 11 or so. Because right here, this was my grandparents' house, right here. Have a look. You've got 3 of these fibro houses that were built in maybe the 50s, 40s even. And this one here, this is my grandparents' house, and this thing has hardly been touched. They sold it in back in '97. There you go, another cottage. I love how they've kept the original, but man, check it out. It's very overgrown. Man, so many memories coming back. Me and my brother, we used to jump over this fence, climb up, and what you can see here, this garage, was actually, my parents even had their engagement party there back in the 80s. My mum had some birthdays there when she was a kid. I used to play around here. Like, man, you gotta remember, like, people still live here in this area. And that's sort of the state of the backyards. Not much maintenance at all. Wow. I remember that fence being so high. I remember my brother had to boost me up and we used to jump over, come over here, play in the park. I can't remember if this was here. I really can't. There had to have been something. Oh, you know what there was? There was those wooden seesaws. Remember I was saying before, like the play equipment back in the day, it wasn't safe. It was just like 2 planks and a massive spring. And you know, just like this, but not really treated, so you could slide on it, you get some bloody splinters up your ass. But yeah, they've all changed these days. I do have vague memories of these. I can't remember if these were here or other, but what used to happen was my brother used to sit me on here, so I'm here, and he used to go like this, and he used to trick me, and he used to go boom, and I used to just go smack and just go flying. You used to get smashed when you were a kid. He ran off laughing, I ran off the other way crying, looking for my mum. Wow, there she is. Hardly changed at all. Big crow. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but Australia, it wasn't as crazy as America, but pre-96, a lot of families had guns, including my grandpa. This was his front room, just over here. How you doing? Front room here. And I remember one time, me and my brother, my grandpa used to show us the guns, right? He had a handgun and he had a rifle. That we knew where they were. And one day, my brother's like, let's play cops and robbers. So we went to his room. My brother went to his wardrobe. I went to his drawer. I got the handgun. My brother got the rifle. And yeah, You know how it goes. My grandpa come in, you little shits, put them away, and he just blew up. I can understand why, but man, 2 innocent kids wanted to play that. I'm not saying they're loaded. I don't know if they're loaded or not, but man, that could have ended very bad. Very, very bad. So I've got to show you guys this. What this is the Aussie version of a payphone. So back in the day, you used to have to pay 25 cents to make a call. Then I think it went up to 40 cents, and you could talk as long as you want if it was just a local landline. But if it was a mobile, it would tick away. You would only get maybe 1 or 2 minutes. I remember seeing the little countdown. But what I discovered the other day, which not a lot of people actually know, they're free now. 100% free. Check it out. Free national calls. Australia is why. They've realised we could pull them all out. That's going to cost a lot of money. Or maybe we just make them free. The thing is, it's a private company. See this logo here? That stands for Telstra. However, back when I was a kid, it used to be Telecom, which was government operated. And then they privatised it and they changed the name to Telstra. They still kept the T, but there you go, Telstra. So what we're actually going to do right now, we're going to do an experiment and we're going to call my mobile and see if it really is free. Let's go. Well, it's not working. I wanted to show you guys that, but no, we're going to find another payphone because there's something important I need to show you guys. Let's check out this street up here, and then I'll show you the next payphone. Let's go. This is the street my mum told me to check out. I remember that pool. That's where I did swimming lessons. Let's turn this down a bit. Yeah, swimming lessons. I spent a lot of time there. I mean, it doesn't really look dodgy compared to like a lot of stuff I've seen around the world. It's not dodgy, but she was saying that this street was just sketchy as growing up. Can't see it. Got a nice oval there. You got a pool, lots of houses, brand new. But yeah, here's some of the old cottage style. See, that's the brick one. That came, some of them came after, some came before. Yeah, it's just basically depending on how much money you had. But yeah, there you go. More of the old classics. Classic fibro. So I remember this when I was a kid, this place right here, but yeah, shut down. You got the old, that one's not that old, but yeah, the old sign writing, look at that, open 7 days. Coca-Cola. This was an old newsagent when I was a kid. Remember coming past, but obviously big modern businesses have opened, shopping centres selling papers, so places like this just don't last. Prime real estate, but yeah, there you go. Alright, it is time. It is time. Another payphone. Yes, no payment required. Here we go. Okay, we're calling my number. Oh, look at this. So free calls, but that is not the craziest thing. Watch this. You won't believe this. What happens if we call this number back? That's creepy, man. Hello. But how crazy is that? You can call the payphone back. So you could literally, like, I don't know why you would. It's so random. But just say there was someone walking past, you could ring it. How creepy would that be? Imagine that, 3 o'clock in the morning you come in and the payphone just starts ringing. And the other thing you can do, I don't know if it's all of them, but some of them, you actually get free Wi-Fi. So you get free calls and there's actually a Wi-Fi. So not all of them, but if you're in Australia, there you go, free calls, SMS and Wi-Fi. That's stuff it. For old time's sakes, I'm going to show you something. So in Australia, obviously we've got the lotto, like everything else, but we've got these things called Scratchies. I'm sure you guys have them in other countries, but scratch the number and see if you win. I always buy it when I come past to my old area, because that's where you're gonna get like the good luck, I guess.
I think it's like it's 50 cents or $1.
Hey, my friend, how are you?
yeah.
Can I just get a Scratchy?
Yeah, man.
What do we got? What one is the best? The easiest sort of $5
You
one?
recording us?
Yeah, is that alright?
What's that for?
It's the video of my old area.
Your old area. What's going on YouTube or something?
Yeah. So I can cut this bit out.
Can you?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't really.
sure.
Yeah. What are you after?
But I need a $5 one. Just the
Which one?
easiest.
The
Just,
easiest?
You know how you have to do like all those little puzzles? I don't want any of that. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, man.
See ya. Good luck.
So, this is a Scratchy. Alright? We're going to have to get out of special editing skills a bit later. Blow that guy's face out, fair enough. Not everyone wants to be in a video. But this one is Live the Life, so it's like a Greek one. They should do Australian theme, but no. We're going to scratch that and we're going to see how we go. I'm sure it'll be a winner. But yeah, take a look. 4 top prizes of 1,000 a week for 5 years. Imagine that. Man, that would set me up. I could just travel vlog anywhere I wanted. $1,000 coming in, no matter what. The videos could flop. Still got $1,000 for 5 years. Gee, what is that? That'd be, what, 250k? Alright, we're back in the whip and we have our Scratchy. So let's see how we go. So essentially, probably like anywhere else in the world, we've got 4 games and you just need to get the same sort of number or whatever 4 times. Oh, we're looking alright there. We've got 2 5s. 50. No, that's what you want to live the life. Okay, game 2. No, no good today. Damn. I could maybe just cut like that little one and just like stick it down here. Do you reckon I'd know? See what I'm saying? But like, it's weird vlogging in Australia. Like, you're fine to go around the streets, but as soon as there's an interaction, like, he's nice, but what are you filming for? Oh yeah, can you not put it in? I don't get that in any countries. Everywhere I've been around the world, no one says it. It's only in Australia. I don't know why. Everyone just gets weird about filming over here. Every other country, everyone's just sweet. They sometimes go along with it. Come with me, I'll take you around, I'll show you this. But Australia, it's like, oh, I don't want to be in it. I don't know. We're not sort of, we are chilled, but not when it comes to vlogging. No. Check it out. I remember as a kid, little Marco would always be like, Dad, I'm gonna steal that sign. Marco Avenue, Polo Street, chuck it up in my room. What was I thinking, a kid? Yeah, I'm just gonna come out here, somehow climb this, unbolt that. Wouldn't even be able to reach that now. There you go, Marco Avenue. So we're gonna go down to the main street here and I'm gonna show you guys the Australian version of what you call a thrift shop or an op shop. We call them op shops as well, but we usually just call it by the name. One's Salvation Army, one's St Vincent's, and obviously being Australian, Salvos, Vinis, that's what we call them. So this right here is a clothing bin. I'm sure you guys have them overseas as well, but when you got a whole bunch of crap where your kids grow up, like this old mini micro scooter, I might even take that. What you do, that clothing, chuck it in there. Not those ones in particular, but usually they say like salvos or whatever. Put all your unwanted stuff in there and then they sell it in the op shop. So you don't need it, you donate it, you get rid of it, you don't have to pay for wastage, and then they sell it in these shops for other people that might need it. And I don't buy clothing and all that there, but what I do look for is antiques or old beer glasses. So beer glasses from the 70s and 80s. People, there might be a deceased estate and they just want to get rid of some stuff, and you can find some real good bargains here. That's the only thing I buy, the beer glasses. It's just over here. So let's see what they've got. PlayStation 3. How much is that worth? $50? $50 for an Xbox. I can't get into gaming now. I just don't have the time. How much is the PlayStation 3?
I think it's 50.
$50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no power cable
Yeah, okay.
in the box, so you have to go one.
Do you know if you have beer glasses?
Um,
Couldn't see any, like branded ones.
schooner glass.
Yeah, schooner glasses.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'll have a quick look. But if they're not like here, then
Yeah, that's alright. I might go to one of the bigger ones. Thanks anyway.
No
Cheers.
worries.
Thank you. So yeah, Vinnie's, not all of them have beer glasses, so we may have to go to a different one. Hey, what's up, brother?
What this?
That's a camera. You want to have a go?
What this?
No, you have to face it this way.
Hello?
No, you don't talk. You look. See? Camera. How are you anyway? You good?
Name, what this?
You know, like a camera. Video.
Name?
My name? Marco. What is your name? Marco, what is your name? My sunglasses.
What this?
It's a camera. Oh, this is my bag. Okay, my friend, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, see you, buddy.
Bye.
Goodbye. Salvos. No, Vinnie's. Vinnie's no good. Salvo's good, so we're gonna have to find Vinnie's. This guy, there's always one character in the town.
I know he's been on there a couple of times over the years, but I've never actually
Seen him?
seen him. So,
$10 each. Yeah, it's a bit extra. Oh, check it out. Tui's good Aussie beer, this one. What else we got? Draft. See, I don't know if these are knockoffs or what. Carlton Light Ale. They're not schooner, but they're not the kind I'm trying to look for. What else we got over here? Yeah, there was those ones over here, but they weren't schooner.
Yeah, it depends what we get sometimes. Sometimes we get a whole heap, sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's cool. Little pug.
yeah.
There's those, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you anyway.
Oh, thank
I'll just pop back in next time.
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you.
In Australia at the moment, we've got this thing called the Tobacco Wars, and basically it's pretty self-explanatory, but basically what's happening, because the government have jacked up the tax so much on ciggies, like, I don't smoke, but my friends, they're paying $45, $50 for a packet of cigarettes because the tax is so high. There's now a black market, so I'm not saying this tobacconist, but a lot of these tobacconists in Sydney and Australia, they're now getting black market cigarettes. So they're all legit, but they're like the duty-free ones, and they're selling them for like $15. So 3 times cheaper. So what's actually happening, there's all these wars between all the different tobacconists and different people selling them on the black market. So all these places you see, they're getting firebombed. So yeah, I'm not all over it. But the other thing as well is vapes are illegal, very illegal in Australia, but you can just walk into the tobacconist and you can get them. So, I mean, the government's kind of created that themselves because they put up the tax so high. Why would someone want to pay 3 times more the price? That's pretty funny. How much are they? Wow. It's based on like a coffee, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have the Gatorade ones I've seen?
Let me check what else.
That's funny, yeah.
That's similar. Yeah, it is Gatorade.
How much are they?
These are 35 as well.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of getting one for a mate for his birthday, but wow, okay.
Yeah.
35 is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you know. Thank you so much.
All good, no problem.
Can I just ask though, are these those containers where you hide like your money and stuff? Is that what they are? Are they like secret containers?
I have no idea. Probably. Do you wanna? You can slide the glass.
I can see the Pringles. That's what I think it is. Yeah. Thank you. don't know. I've got no idea. Okay, thank you anyway. Thai massage. They're everywhere. Sweaty cup. Yeah, it's funny, like, see those Pringles containers and the Cokes, like 30 and 40 bucks to hide shit, but you could just use a normal Pringles container, couldn't you? But yeah, back there, as you saw, it's so funny, like they sell all the things to making bongs and all that illegal shit. I don't know if it's legal or not, but it's just so funny that they sell it all, like that's the purpose. And weed and all that's illegal in Australia. That's normal to see in Thailand, but yeah, not over here. Another one, Siam Revesby Thai massage. Probably 6 times what I've been paying over in Thailand. Story time, guys, and then I'm getting out of here because I've got like a whole bunch of pizzas to deliver. 1 to my belly and 2 more for my family. Now, let me tell you something. A little bit of a story. So, in the mid-70s, there was a civil war in Lebanon. So you had thousands of people die, up around 100 to 150. You got probably 1 million people displaced. And so they had to seek refuge, and some just wanted to get away from the region. So Australia, we wanted to expand, we wanted to grow, get the population up, and we opened our doors for the Lebanese to come here. And what they brought with them was my personal favourite food. Some of the best. We've got the Lebanese dessert shops, which you can get baklava and stuff like that. You got the Lebanese restaurants, so think baba ganoush, hummus, tabbouleh, kafta, chicken kebabs, all of that. And then we have the Lebanese pizza, which is called manouche. Now, these are very different to your typical Italian pizzas or all that stuff. Firstly, because they're a lot cheaper. What do you think this cost? $4. So what it is, it's a nice crispy base like you're used to, some olive oil, sesame seeds, and oregano with some spices. Very simple, but so tasty, and it doesn't have cheese like a traditional kind of pizza. This one here, this is my personal favorite. Now, I gotta tell you, it's not actually fully cooked through. I just told him to zap it quickly, but we're going to put it in the oven at home because I got a little bit to drive. But this is basically beef, and it's spiced mince. So it's all cut up. They put a layer on top. They bake it fresh in front of you. $8. And man, it's so hard to describe what it tastes like without you knowing. But oh man, it's a 10 out of 10. So if you ever see one, a Lebanese pizza or manouche, grab this. And the thing is, I'll show you when I'm eating it a bit later, you can, but you don't really cut it up like slices. You fold it in half. Yep, fold it in half. It makes like a little semicircle, and then you eat it. The best pizza. Alright guys, signing out. Thanks so much for coming along. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. Any suggestions, anything you want, and if you know any other spots around Sydney or Australia you want me to go, let me know and maybe we can make it happen. Peace, see you in the next one.